video, The Last Days and Death of our nation's hero, Jose Protasio Rizal Mercado y Alonso Rialonda, will be reopened. We went to Fort Santiago and Luneta to see where Rizal spent his last days and died. We also asked some students on the influence of Rizal's novels to their generation.
November 3, 1896, Jose Rizal was brought to Fort Santiago. From November 20 to 26, investigation and trial about his case on rebellion happened. On the same day of the trial on November 26, the court had voted for a verdict of Rizal being guilty on his case, with the penalty of death. On December 28, Governor General Camilo de Polavieja had signed Rizal's death verdict. Rizal's verdict was read to him by Captain Rafael Dominguez on December 29 at 6 o'clock in the morning.
At 7 a.m. of the same day, Rizal was transferred to his death cell. There, he was visited by several people, including his counsel, Spanish officials, his former professors, and some priests. At around 12 noon to 3:30 in the afternoon, he spent his time alone and wrote some letters and his last poem, Mi Ultimo Adios, which he hid inside an alcohol burner. At 4 in the afternoon, his mother, Teodora Alonso, together with his sisters, niece, and nephew, came to see him. Rizal then gave the alcohol burner, which contained his poem, to his sister.
On December 30, 1896, at around 5 in the morning, Rizal took his final meal of boiled eggs. There are stories that he threw some of the eggs at the corner of the cell for the rats to feast. It was also when Josephine Bracken and Josefa Rizal came to see him for the last time. He also wrote his letters to his family. He apologized to his father for the pain that he had caused. At 6:30 a.m., his death march from Fort Santiago to Bagumbayan began. 4 soldiers led the procession, followed by Rizal, Taviel de Andrade, Fathers Villaclara, and March and some other soldiers. At 7 a.m., they arrived at the execution site at Luneta de Bagumbayan. During his execution, he wanted to face the firing squad, but his request was refused. He then turned his back and faced the sea. As he shouted,
"Consummatum est!"
several gunfires were heard. Then he fell and died facing the sky.
Rizal's remains were buried at Paco Cemetery without any identity.
I wish to show those who deny us patriotism that we know how to die for our duty and our convictions. Jose P. Rizal. What do you think is the influence of Rizal's No Limitangere and El Filibusterismo in today's generation?
We learn through all these books and all these education that was taught to us, and we are aware that it is still happening today. But
Mas naging aware tayo sa ating political system at natuto tayo mag-voice out sa mga gusto nating baguhin sa ating government.
Same with these works of Jose Rizal. We also encounter problems in our nation like politics issues and issues with the Catholic Church and so on. Because of this, we become aware of what's happening in our society.
For you, what is the relevance of Rizal's No Limitangere and El Filibusterismo in the Philippine society?
Gaya ng sinabi ni Rizal, ang kabataan ay ang pag-asa ng bayan. Dahil sa No Limitangere at El Filibusterismo, ito ang maghuhubog sa ating mga kabataan ngayon na magdadala ng mabuting kinabukasan sa ating bansa.
It serves as the eye-opener for them, for the Filipinos.
There are similar issues happening today and in the past. So, by tackling Noli and El Fili, we become aware of our current situations and social issues we might encounter in the future.
As a student, how do you value Rizal's works?
As a student, I value Rizal's work by appreciating and understanding it. Because as a Filipino, I should know my history.
Whenever we discuss his works, I listen attentively because I know I will learn a lot of lessons that will help me and the rest of our generation.
Si Rizal, kaya niya tayong ipaglaban through his works. Kaya mas binibigyan ko ng importance yung mga gawa niya. Dahil ito ay isa sa mga dahilan kung bakit naging independent ang ating bansa.
Do you think you can use Rizal's works to influence other people?
Yes, I can share with them the values that I've learned and the good aspects the characters possess. And by doing this, I know that it will help them and will also inspire them.
Si Rizal, pinagtanggol niya tayo sa mga Kastila gamit ang No Limitangere at El Fili. Dahil doon, natuto akong i-voice out ang mga gusto kong pagbabago sa ating society gamit ang social media at pagkakwento sa aking kaibigan.
I will use it to influence other people like Marcos apologists, and I hope I can somehow influence them by letting them know the stories of Noli and El Fili.
What particular event in one of Rizal's novels that would make you want to become a better Filipino?
Pinaka-the best na napili ko pangyayari sa No Limitangere ay nang nabaliw si Sisa. Bakit? Kasi doon ipinapakita ang pagmamahal ng isang ina sa kanyang mga anak. Isang ehemplo, kung paano magmahal ang Pilipino sa pamilya, gayon din sa ating inang bayan.
The particular event that caught my attention is Doña Victorina wanting to be a Spaniard. In our present generation, we all have a colonial mentality, and I think we should love our country to become a better Filipino.
The story of Sisa and her children, Basilian and Crispin. Sisa really symbolized the Philippines back then and how it was cruel and miserable.
Do you believe in Rizal that the youth is the hope of our nation?
As a youth, yes, I believe in Rizal because we learn from other generations' mistake, and with that, we can correct it.
Yes, I do believe that the youth is the hope for our nation. You can really see the change in how devoted the youth right now is and how smart everyone is as part of the youth. Talagang pinaglalaban kayo kung anong tama sa mali, and that really speak out right now.
Yes, because the past generation already shaped our nation and it is our turn, the new generation, to act and to give everyone a good future.